Welcome to the 16th International Metropolis Conference. The Azores are located in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean, approximately 1,500 kilometers from Europe's western coast. About 237,000 people live in this archipelago, which is made up of 9 volcanic islands with a total area of 2,333 square kilometers.
The exact date of the archipelago's discovery is unknown, but it's said that Portuguese discoverer Diogo de Silves disembarked on the islands of Santa Maria and São Miguel around 1427. A few years later, in 1439, the settlement of Santa Maria Island began, followed by São Miguel's in 1444. Back then, ships that were in need of repair, refueling, and supplies docked at Azorean ports. As a result, the port of Ponta Delgada became the most important seaport in the heart of the North Atlantic. It also played a key role in speeding up the end of the First Great War, serving as a port of call for American troops on their way to a martyred Europe. In 1918, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was then Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Navy, visited the Mid-Atlantic Naval Base in Ponta Delgada and approved its excellent conditions. Historical accounts show that Azorean emigration dates back to the 15th century, when the islands were first settled, but steady emigration only began 2 centuries later. Most Azoreans emigrated to the United States, Canada, Hawaii, Brazil, and Bermuda.
But all that changed after 1998. New environmental, economic, and social factors have transformed the Azores from a land of émigrés into an archipelago of immigrants. From Brazilians to Cape Verdeans, from Angolans to Ukrainians, immigrants living in the Azores now make up approximately 2% of the region's total population.
The João Paulo II International Airport in São Miguel Island is the main gateway to the Azores.
Located a couple of kilometers outside of Ponta Delgada, this airport offers daily connections to the mainland and flights between the archipelago's islands. It also offers regular flights to Canada and the United States and to several European cities. On a 750 square kilometer large island, every destination is within reach. This allows easy access to some of the most breathtaking landscapes nature has to offer. You can visit these stunning locations thanks to modern throughways. Because these highways were built over existing roads, they remain the same gateways as always to the island's magnificent sceneries. You'll also find many examples of modernity in Ponta Delgada. Several of its streets and avenues have been widened and now display a variety of architectural styles.
The newly built Portas do Mar, where big cruise ships dock, also offer an assortment of shops. This location has become a new gathering place and a great alternative to many of the city's traditional leisure spots.
Despite these changes, Ponta Delgada still maintains its old world charm. São Miguel is also home to excellent hotels and restaurants where you can savor all the magnificent flavors this island has to offer.
The University of the Azores is known worldwide for its scientific research in volcanology and biology, as well as its social science programs.
During the 2011 Metropolis Conference, which will run from September 12th to the 16th, you'll have the opportunity to visit the beautiful and unique landscapes of São Miguel Island. You can also learn about Azorean history through the island's museums and monuments, enjoy the calmness of its parks and gardens, as well as the hospitality of São Miguel's people. Migration Futures, Perspectives on Global Changes is the theme of the 16th International Metropolis Conference. This conference will see Metropolis continue to expand its interests and its geographical reach. This is the first time Metropolis is holding its meeting in an island society. In the Azores, we'll learn firsthand about migration from the point of view of a sending country. During our first 15 conferences, we've concentrated mainly on the management of migration and population diversity from the perspective of societies that receive immigrants. As guests of the Azores, we have a wonderful opportunity to learn how countries of origin view the emigration of their people. We'll also gain an understanding of the practical and often remarkable steps these countries take to maintain the unity of their people and their cultures across vast distances. More Azorians live outside the Azores than on the islands, yet the bonds amongst émigrés and between émigrés and their homeland remain exceptionally strong. How Azorians foster and manage this will serve as a starting point for this conference. We will examine how societies of interest think about their expatriate populations. We will look at how they retain their interest in and allegiances to their homeland, as well as the growing rate of return migration to those homelands experiencing rapid economic and social development. We'll also continue to examine the impacts of migration and diversity on societies of destination. We'll look at demographic objectives behind migration policies and at managing high levels of diversity within our cities. No understanding of international migration is complete without understanding the country of origin's perspectives. This conference will allow us to enrich our knowledge of migration as well as its effects on societies of destination and of origin. It will allow us to consider the effects that source country ties can have on societies of destination. It will also allow us to learn about the quest for peaceful and meaningful integration of newcomers and the complications that modern communication technologies add to this story. These are the plenary sessions. Globalization and migration in the South. International mobility in integrated economic spaces. Migration in the context of islands. The effects of large-scale emigration on homelands. Maintaining relationships within the diasporas. The fostering of transnational identities through internet and social networking websites. Aging and migration. Living in multicultural cities, interethnic relations, and daily life. The 16th International Metropolis Conference is organized by the Government of the Azores, the University of the Azores, and the University of Lisbon in collaboration with Metropolis Project. Please visit www.metropolis2011.org and enjoy your visit to the Azores.